Welcome back to B for Crypto, and yes guys, we saw this dump towards the downside just prior towards the FOMC meeting, and we reached the levels of $22,750, but then we got this bullish move towards the upside, and yes guys, from these lows we pumped all the way up to the levels of $24,300, and this was a 6% pump. And why did we get this pump? Yes, we're going to find out exactly now what Jerome Powell said in the FOMC meeting.
And our job is to deliver inflation back to target, and we will do that. But I think we're going to be cautious about declaring victory and sending signals that we think that the game is won, because we've got a long way to go. It's the early stages of disinflation, and it's most welcome to be able to say that we are now in disinflation. But that's great. But we just see that it has to spread through the economy, and that it's going to take some time. That's all.
So guys, yes, you heard it right, we are in disinflation, and that is quite bullish for the markets, and that's why we saw this bullish move towards the upside. But guys, we're going to go on the lower time frames to find out what we could expect in the immediate short term. Are we going to break out from these levels and reach our price target of $25,000, or are we going to see a correction and come all the way back down to this very important trend line? Guys, we're going to look at the charts, and by the end of the video I'm going to give you some very bullish news. Yes, the last bear has left the market. So guys, if you want to find out more, watch the video until the end, smash up the like button and subscribe, and most importantly activate the bell so that you will stay up to date. So guys, we're going to start directly on the daily chart for Bitcoin, and yes, we had this bullish move, and at the moment we are getting some resistance round about the level of $24,400, where we have this major resistance box going all the way up to the levels of $25,000. So guys, we have to break the $25,000 to continue with this bullish move even higher. But guys, let's go on the lower time frames. And yes guys, on the 4-hour chart we can see that we are forming this broadening wedge. And guys, a broadening wedge is most of the time a bullish pattern and a continuation pattern. But guys, we also have a likelihood that we're going to break this pattern towards the downside. But guys, let's first find out which price target we could reach if we're going to break out towards the upside. We're going to take it from the top all the way to the potential breakout point, and then we can see that our price target would be all the way at $25,900. So guys, this would be really a bullish move if we're going to break the $25,000, and that we're going to break even higher, and that we're going to get the $25,000 as our support, and a strong support so that we can move on from these regions. But guys, let's find out what would our bearish price target be if we're going to break out towards the downside. And then we're going to take the width of this broadening wedge, and then we're going to divide it by 2, and this would be our bearish price target if we're going to break out towards the downside. And yes guys, if we would break this support line, then we could reach our price target of $21,600 to retest this downward sloping trend, this very important level. So guys, at the moment we really have to see what the price movement of Bitcoin does. Are we going to break out from these levels, and are we going to see a higher price movement, or are we going to see that we're going to come even lower and that this was our local high, and then we have to retest the bottom of the support line? We are going to go on the 15-minute chart to find out what is going to happen in the immediate short term. And yes guys, on the 15-minute chart we can see that yes, I opened a trade in my free Telegram group, and I entered the position exactly here at this resistance area. And why guys? Why did I take this position? Because guys, at the moment the price movement doesn't look all too bullish, and we can see that we are forming some kind of a M in these regions. So guys, at the moment it's very critical in these levels. Are we going to hold this level, or are we going to break through this major resistance that we have formed? But guys, at the moment our support is round about the levels of $23,600. So if we're going to see a dump in these regions, our stop loss would be totally safe. And guys, if we would see a pump from these regions, yes, we could be forming a very shallow W, and this is quite bullish. But guys, we're going to turn on the Bollinger Bands, and then I'm going to show you what we could expect in the immediate short term. And yes, we can see that the Bollinger Bands are squeezing very tight together. And yes guys, this means that we're going to see a fast move in the immediate short term, because every time we see that the Bollinger Bands are coming so narrow together, this means that the price movement is getting ready for explosive move. We can see it exactly here, where also the Bollinger Bands got very tight, and then we saw this explosive move towards the upside. Every time when we see that the Bollinger Bands are getting so narrow, we could expect an explosive move. And yes guys, if we go back to the price movement, we can see that at the moment we are in this very tight range. So are we going to see this explosive move? Yes guys, I think we're going to break out towards the upside, because guys, this bullish news from the FOMC brought the markets quite high, and guys, at the moment we had a good consolidation, and this breakout could continue towards the upside. And why? Because yes, we had this low, and since then we are forming higher lows for Bitcoin. So guys, we could expect that the price of Bitcoin will come back above this range, and that we're going to see this move even higher. But guys, before we're going to go over to this bullish news, let's go over to Ethereum. And on the charts for Ethereum, yes, we can see that we are not in this broadening wedge. We have this pennant or this symmetrical triangle. And this is a bullish pattern, guys. And we're going to find out what would our price target be if we're going to continue with this breakout. Because yes, we could see that Ethereum already broke out from this pattern, and our price target would be round about the levels of 1,830. So guys, if we're going to see this retest of this trend line and then the confirmed breakout towards the upside, we could expect that Bitcoin will also break out from this broadening wedge. But guys, now we're going to go over to the bullish news. Before we're going to go over to this news, guys, make sure to go over to cryptoclothing.com and check out this massive crypto clothing, and it's really the best crypto clothing out there. Make sure to show the world that you know what monetary system is the future, and that you know that dollar cost average into Bitcoin will make generational wealth. And guys, yes, we could see that this bullish news from the FOMC also made the S&P 500 break out towards the upside. And this is quite bullish, guys, because the S&P 500 was looking very bearish. And if it would have gotten a rejection at this very important trend line, we could have also seen that Bitcoin would have dumped even lower. But as we can see, the S&P 500 is breaking out from this major downtrend. So guys, this is going to be a bullish scenario for the overall market, for the crypto market, and especially for Bitcoin. We could see that January was one of the best months since the year 2013, where we could see that we closed 44% in profit in January 2013. And now we could see that we closed this month with 39%. And this is the best month since 2013. So this is quite bullish, guys. And guys, now we're coming to the most bullish news. Yes, the last bear has left the market. And why? We're going to find out exactly now on Twitter. And yes, we could see that the biggest bear in the market most probably shorted just before the FOMC meeting, and he got wrecked. So this means that the biggest bear in the market is wiped out, and that we're going to see the massive bull run that we've been waiting for. Because guys, he wrote just before the FOMC meeting, sell over on Twitter, and we could see that he deleted his Twitter account. So guys, he couldn't take the blame, and this means that the last bear is out of the market. And who's Michael Burry? Michael Burry is an investor who profited from the subprime mortgage crisis by shorting the 2017 mortgage bond market, making 100 million for himself and 700 million for his investors. So guys, he's the biggest bear in the market, and he's been wiped out. And yes, on the weekly chart, we can see that we broke this trend line and that we are turning this trend around. And guys, this will be the best opportunity of your lifetime to really build generational wealth. And guys, dollar cost average into Bitcoin and how? Make sure to be in my free Telegram group and sign up to BITGET to receive a massive deposit bonus of $5,000. Guys, if you like this content, smash up the like button and subscribe and activate the bell so that you always stay up to date. And guys, if you want to find out which altcoin you should hold in your wallet, make sure to watch this video exactly now, and we see each other in the next video.